Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Gloria and thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we'll be talking about some underrated plants that I really wanted to share with you all, just so you guys can see it, because I honestly don't show these plants very often, if at all. Hope you guys enjoy today's video. If you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. And I usually upload about once a week, give or take. Let's just get right into today's video. First off, we'll start with a big boy, and this one is my philodendron. Ooh, it's so heavy. I just watered it too and gave it a good shower. So the leaves are nice and shiny and actually still dripping with water. But yeah, this is my very, very big philodendron. It's climbing up a moss pole. Actually, there's no moss on this, so I would call it a stick wrapped with some burlap, if that's what it's called, and some string. So kind of like a makeshift moss pole that I made probably like 5 years ago that it's still doing okay on. And it's currently in a 6-inch planter here. Very, very tall, and I just have it secured on this pole with some Velcro pieces, and it's just vining up and down. It's definitely a look. It's a really nice statement piece. Okay, here's a good view. Yeah, there we go. I would say it's a pretty good statement piece to just have around the house. I have this downstairs in the living room, so it's kind of right beside a north-facing window. Oh, I need to put this down. Okay, let's rest it on my leg as we talk. So I have this in front of a north-facing window, and it's doing pretty good. It doesn't get really bright light or anything like that since it is north-facing. No direct sunlight, none of that. But I would say the leaves are doing pretty good given that it is growing upwards along this pole and it has something to grab onto. So the leaves do grow a little bit bigger compared to if it were to just be a trailing philodendron. That's kind of the tip if you want bigger leaves. Obviously give it really bright indirect light, but also have it kind of grow up a pole or something like that. I know some people like to use moss poles. Some people like to literally secure it to their wall or shelf and just have it attached to something like a surface. So it doesn't really matter what it attaches to, as long as it attaches to something, it will grow big leaves. So yeah, this one, very heavy. Because it's in a ceramic outer cache pot, it's just really working my muscles. So yeah, that is plant number one that I wanted to show you. I don't show this one too often just because it's so heavy to bring up and down the stairs. I do my filming upstairs in my bedroom, so that's why I never show it. It's never in my plant tour videos. It's never in my favorites. I honestly forget about this one. It doesn't do too much, but it also doesn't die. I've had it for so many years. It started off as, I believe, 2 3.5-inch pots. Really interesting how it's grown to be so big and so beautiful now. Very, very happy. Next up I want to show is this little guy, which is my Hoya Australis Lisa. It's pushing out some new growth there. Very, very pretty. It's very pink, the new growth, as with most Hoyas, and just so cute. This one is in this adorable handmade planter that I've made myself, dripping with water, because I also just watered this plant. But if you guys are interested in any of these handmade planters that I make, it's available in my Etsy shop. I'll link it down in the description below. My Etsy shop is called Gloria's Plants and Pots, and I ship worldwide. But yeah, back to this plant. This Hoya is honestly very, very easy. It had a bit of a mealybug issue a while ago, but since then it's cleared and it's doing much better now. One plant is clearly outgrowing the other plant. There's 2 cuttings in here, and one is just this big, and then the other one is still the size of these leaves over here, so literally has done nothing. But that's okay. I mean, it's very, very cute still, and I think it's getting to the point where I have to either trellis it or commit to it being a trailing Hoya. I don't know if I'm into a trailing Hoya Australis Lisa. I'll probably trellis it. So yeah, I need to spend some time and do that probably within the next month or so, because after these leaves grow out, it's definitely gonna start toppling over. But for now, it still kind of shoots straight up. So very cute, very cute. Next up is this other plant that we recently got. It's called the Tradescantia Nanuk, I believe. And it has the prettiest purpley leaves. The backs are a lot more purple, honestly. Like, if you look at that, very, very purple. The front of the leaves have like this pinkish stripe with some green variegation. So very pretty, and just looks the best when it's trailing and hanging from the shelf. I love how this plant actually came with a pot that is a hanging pot. So we just have this like hooked onto the top of a shelf, and it's starting to trail, especially this big guy over here. So this one I'm hoping will start kind of trailing downwards and looking really pretty. It's been really easy of a plant. We got this for $14.98 from Home Depot or Canadian Tire. I believe it was Home Depot. And yeah, it has not disappointed since we brought it home. No big issues with this. It sits close to a south-facing window, so on the other side of the house. In the kitchen, it was really dirty when I initially saw it this morning because it was just covered with cat hair. So I had to also give this a quick little rinse in the shower. It looks like it's trying to bloom from the end of this leaf here. I don't know if you guys can see. I can't tell if the bloom is like kind of dead. I'm not all that into Tradescantia flowers. I'm more so here for the leaves. The foliage is beautiful, and that is why I purchase plants like these. Some plants I really enjoy the flowers. Usually they're orchids because the leaves are not as like cute looking, but this one, the foliage, very beautiful. So don't care for flowers or not. This one definitely underrated, and I suggest if you were to kind of step into the world of Tradescantias, go for a nanouk. Used to be really popular. I still love it. So no harm in purchasing one of these and bringing it home from your local big box store like I did. This one is my Hoya Nummalarioides, and this one is a fuzzy Hoya. So it's a little hard to capture the fuzziness on camera, but if you were to actually feel the leaves, they're so fuzzy, super, super like thick, succulent like leaves. Very different from all of my other Hoyas. I find some of my Hoyas, for the most part, are more on the flimsy side. They have thinner leaves, but this Hoya, super, super thick. I find I can really neglect it and water it very infrequently. Even when the leca balls are all dried out, there's no like water reserve in the pot, it still does okay. And around this time is when it starts to bloom quite a bit. I currently don't have any blooms or peduncles that look like they're about to shoot out blooms, but it could be because it was pushed back away from great lighting and humidity, and we forgot to water it a few times, so it's not particularly happy with me, but I would say it's still doing great. It's starting to shoot out some new growth in this little, let me see if I can show you. So there's some new growth there. Very cute. I love when Hoyas push out new leaves because they're just so itty bitty and tiny. It just looks so dainty. Also have some new leaves on this vine as well. And yeah, doing really, really good given the very minimal amount of care that I actually give it. So I also love it trellised up like this. It could be a little bit more round, more even looking, but I mean, it's good enough as it is. So yes, very happy with this Hoya. Okay, last but not least, I do want to show this guy, which is my Hoya Latifolia. So definitely underrated. I feel like a lot of people really enjoy the Sarawak and just want to get that plant and forget about the Latifolia. So I think that this one is definitely the better of the two, especially if you're a plant parent that is forgetful or gets busy or like just has a lot of things going on like me. This would be a better plant for you. It has very beautiful veining. I think it's also a little bit bleached from the amount of light that I'm giving it. I wouldn't call it sun stressed because it's not looking like pretty and red, but it's getting a little like pale looking. I feel like normally the Latifolia leaves don't look this pale. They usually look more like this one. This one was facing away from the light, so you can see a lot darker. versus like that is kind of bleached, a lighter color. This one was covered by the light, so this one's also dark and pretty. But yeah, different colors all around. I think it's a really pretty plant, but it does grow incredibly slowly. I feel like I have yet to see any new leaves in the past like 6 months. So if you are one who really enjoys seeing new growth coming in your plants, this is not the one for you. But I still think it's such a pretty plant. And I have this paired up with this cute bear planter that I also made. Love this pot, and I love all the different animal faces that I just want to put on every single pot. So I've done so many of them already, and yeah, the bear ones are definitely one of my favorites. So cute. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Comment down below which plant you think is really underrated, but you find are really cute, very pretty. They bring you a lot of joy having them in your collection. I would love to know. And like I said, if you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on future videos. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!